Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have been out running errands today. As we all know, there has been blood in the streets in the crypto market since yesterday, but it's really, welcome to crypto. This is just how it goes. You had Bitcoin was going up for 2 weeks without having any pullbacks. I was thinking there would be a pullback any time now, but it typically, when Bitcoin has its big pullbacks, it drags the rest of the market down with it. Nothing more than a buying opportunity for people like me. I was not in a position to buy today. If I did have money sitting around, I would have bought in. If it stays this way, I'll buy in, of course. But this is just how things go. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Now, Tim Draper said this. Banks don't like Bitcoin because it makes them less relevant. So you are seeing their attempted manipulation over the weekend. 250K by end of 2022 or early 2023. So Tim Draper must know something if he thinks that this is banks manipulating the Bitcoin market. He wouldn't just come out and say that. Crypto Dim sent me this. Ripple, who is under an SEC lawsuit that everybody thought was the end of the world, has just hired an engineer from Amazon as Ripple's new SVP of engineering, leading the team that's building the infrastructure enabling the Internet of Value. Learn about his approach to building customer-centric technology. I'm not going to go into the article because I've learned that anytime I'm reading about anything about engineering having to do with Ripple, my eyes kind of glaze over, and my audience's eyes might glaze over too. But if yours wouldn't glaze over, then you should go and go to Ripple's feed and click on this: accelerating financial inclusion. These engineer types, a lot of times they're talking so far over our heads that it's just I feel like I'm in a truck that's going through the mud and I'm just getting bogged down. Okay. Brad Garlinghouse had tweeted it out. He said, Ripple's all-star engineering team continues to grow. Thrilled to welcome Dev as our new SVP of engineering. Then we have this. This is one of the analysts from Wall Street that's kind of giving his impression. He's from BTIG, giving his impressions on the Bitcoin market. Here you go.
Cross assets and not just stocks. And you mentioned Bitcoin earlier. There's a feel that things are ripe for pullback, ripe for correction. At least short term.
No question about it. And you know, we just look at we launched at BTIG coverage of digital assets right around Thanksgiving, and that was essentially when Bitcoin was trading at 18,000, and we at that time put out a year-end 2021 price target of 50,000 for Bitcoin, and we got a lot of eyebrows raised at that time as being overly aggressive. And we look back to the last week or two, some of those same eyebrows are now questioning whether we weren't aggressive enough, being that Bitcoin traded above 41,000 over the weekend. And generally what we find is that markets can carry to extremes in both directions, and volatility works both to the upside and to the downside, whether it's Bitcoin or equities. So from our point of view, that it's more a sentiment readjustment, given the fact that a very optimistic scenario in aggregate is priced across all assets. And you see that with the rise of yields, which should in and of itself be something that limits the action in these other assets. And that's what we're seeing this morning.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Okay, I thought that was an interesting take on things. Okay, Barry Silbert weighs in. Funny to think that a Bitcoin price retraced to 20,000 would feel like the buying opportunity of a lifetime. This, Barry Silbert, when he and Tim Draper are weighing in this morning, that they're plugged into this market. So I always like to cover what their thoughts are. And this is a good little reminder too. Here, I'll do it for you. Bitcoin 2017 bull market pulls back 30 to 45% each time. 3K to 1760 June to July, 5K to 2975 September, 7800 to 5500 November. And then he's retweeting this. Go look at the 2017 corrections. Corrections are a natural part of all this. Nothing goes up in a straight line. XRP Crypto Wolf, Chinese state-owned bank tests digital yuan ATMs in Shenzhen. The Agricultural Bank of China has rolled out ATMs in the selected Shenzhen branches that allow customers to convert their bank savings or cash into digital yuan on their smartphones and vice versa. So you can see they are rolling their thing out. Now, I thought this was just hilarious. You got to see this. When you think about Flare, and I've been telling you that I think Flare is going to be Ethereum 3.0, and, I wouldn't even play this if Vitalik Buterin had not attacked Ripple when the SEC lawsuit came up out of nowhere. And I told you, I think he's a little worried about the Flare token. And I think maybe he thinks that Ripple came in on his territory somehow by investing in Flare. But you're supposed to believe that the world is going to build their financial system around this guy and his team. And so I thought it was important to at least show you this in full disclosure.
Layer 2, Layer 4, 8, 16, binary, Bitcoin, blockchain, trust, human coordination. You know the drill. Merkle Bruce, plasma chains, plap, plap, ZK's not
oh my goodness.
Quap, quap. Privacy scaling.
I hope I'm able to show this and it doesn't get me on the copyright, because this is something. All right, I can't take any more of that. But I thought it was pretty funny though. All right, XRP Crypto Wolf, British bank HSBC won't accept Bitcoin deposits. HSBC won't let Bitcoiners deposit their profits. That looks pretty strange, but let me tell you about HSBC and Distributed Ledger. This is a document that I believe I have shown on this channel before, but it was put out there today. Distributed Ledger technology in the capital markets, and then it's got a section here. Payments, DLT can stream end-to-end value transfers, reducing cost, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. In foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth $250 billion in its first year. So we've got that, and then we also know, as a little reminder from Panda Ripple XRP, Chris Larson is the executive chairman for the HSBC Technology Advisory Board, right? So there's that, or is or was. And here's an interesting tweet, which I agree with. This guy says, Bitcoiners have been telling me for years that as Bitcoin gets bigger, its price swings will soften so that it becomes useful by regular folks for payments. But this isn't happening. Bitcoin is just as crazy volatile as at 35,000 as it was at 3,500 and 350 and $35. He makes a pretty good point. Okay. From CeeLo 23, I got this. Glenn Hutchins, founder of Silver Lake, co-chair of Brookings, steps down from the New York Fed Board of Directors. Now, it's interesting that this is the announcement from the Federal Reserve that he was stepping down. And on the same day, now remember, Glenn Hutchins is on the board of the Digital Currency Group, which owns one of the first investors in Ripple. But on the same day that he steps down, we get this. Collaboration between the BIS Hub and New York Federal Reserve will further the development of fintech initiatives for the enhancement of the global financial system. Now, this is the same guy, if you remember, when Brad Garlinghouse was speaking at that Swiss bank group in Switzerland. This is one of the guys that was in the audience with like Christine Lagarde and some of those people. And this was announced on the same website, the New York Federal Reserve, and it was commented on by John C. Williams, the president of the New York Fed, just like he commented on Glenn Hutchins leaving. interesting. There's got to be something going on there. Now, this is interesting. This is the most interesting thing I've seen today. Executive Order 13959 from Trump will take down Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying it will or won't. I'm just saying I think it'll do something. Either one might make it go up. Who knows? But there's a video attached to this. I want to show you a clip from it. The China Three Gorges Corporation, and they've got they're showing you the executive order, and what basically this order is: 31 companies are identified whose shares are traded, and they're going to basically delist these shares from the U.S. stock exchange, is my understanding. And one of them is this Chinese Three Gorges Corporation. That is the dam project that powers the hydroelectric power plant. And so they're saying that this will affect Bitcoin miners. Listen to what's said here.
This is going to mean, if this executive order is going to take place, it'll take down the whole Chinese market. The big companies, you have to look at the list. I mean, Huawei is in there, Alibaba is in there. All these big companies are going to come down, and the Three Gorge Dam company is in there as well, which is connected to the BTC mining. So what we expect is that the whole market, the Bitcoin market, will come crushing down as well.
Charlie, if the miners come down, that's going to have a huge effect of confidence, and that should actually see a big collapse. Do you think so?
100%. I can see that being a critical part of this, for people to wake up to see what's actually going on. I think Daniel alluded to it there, to take the focus off, which is the smoke screen, if you like, the pantomime of the election between Trump and Biden. This is between the civilized world and the CCP.
Yes. North Korea already being together with Trump, with the Trump team.
Okay, that's about all I wanted to show you. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button and tell your friends and family that this little executive order might make things pretty interesting. We shall see. Thanks for listening.